Hello my slay queens, I'm Shambhavi and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you this full face of makeup using all new Huda Beauty products that I purchased during the Nykaa's Hot Pink Sale. So yeah guys, without further ado, let's get started. I did not get a Huda Beauty primer. It was on 50% off I guess, but I was not that intrigued by the primer, so I did not get it this time. The first product I used is this Huda Beauty's 4 Filter Stick Foundation, and this is in the shade number 340G Baklava. So this is not my latest purchase. I actually got this I think 6 months back or something from Sephora. They were having a sale. If you're looking for a really good coverage foundation but at the same time looks very natural on the skin and also stays on for a longest time, then this is something that you definitely have to pick up. I'm not sure if Nykaa had this on sale or not. If at all this foundation comes in sale, please pick it up. It is so good, and if you have dry skin, you know, this is such an amazing foundation. So moving on to the next and latest product that I purchased from Huda Beauty is this is called as the 4 Filter Luminous Matte Concealer. So I got the shade 5.3G Toasted Almond. Coming to this concealer, this was not on sale, so I paid the full price. I don't know the exact price. I'm gonna mention it on the screen. I actually got this I think in the first week when it was launched, and I've been trying out ever since then. The consistency of this concealer is very lightweight, it's very thin, but it also has really good coverage. So first and foremost, you guys, the packaging is something that really interests me. I really like this square shaped packaging, and also coming to the doe foot applicator, oh my god, I absolutely love it. I love such big doe foot applicator. I just get bored very easily, and after using the same old packaging with thin doe foot applicators for years and years, I just find myself like gravitating towards something a little different, and yeah, that's why packaging really matters. I mean, you can see from the application, it just like blends so well. It has really good coverage, and also is very lightweight on the skin. I mean, I just love this concealer so much. The packaging, the formula, everything is just top notch. Yeah. So next I use this Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder, and this is in the shade Banana Bread. I've already made a detailed video using all these makeup products, but just to tell you, I absolutely love it. Again, it is one of the best loose powders I've used. It feels very lightweight on the skin, and it also sets my makeup really well without creasing, so absolutely love it. And in general, Huda Beauty products are really nice. The quality that she offers is amazing, and also like sales are the perfect time to pick up Huda Beauty products because you know that she offers really good quality. At least for me, I love most of the Huda Beauty products, and I think they are completely worth your money. Okay, the next product I used is the Huda Beauty Tantor, and this is in the shade Light. So in the previous sale, I got the shade Medium. So that particular shade is a little too dark for me, and also it's a little more reddish undertone, and that's why I thought, okay, let me just pick up the shade Light because this was on 40% off during this Pink Friday sale, and I was like, you know what, I have to get it. And this is how the shade looks like. Now at first glance, as you all can see, it looks a little more dark, but on my skin this looks very natural on my skin tone. So if you're going for any high glam makeup looks, like ultra glam makeup looks, then I think this by itself will look that pretty, especially on my skin tone. But if you're going for any natural looks, then yeah, this will definitely look beautiful. I'm not that impressed about the undertone of this contour. I wish it was a little more cool toned, and it was slightly a hint darker. It's a beautiful product. The quality is amazing. I mean, just that I wish the shades were a little better. Yeah. Okay guys, so next I have this Huda Beauty Glowish what is it called, bronzing powder, and I got the shade number 04 Deep Tan. They have 4 shades in this, and this is the darkest one. Yeah, and this particular shade matches my skin tone perfectly. It's so good. It blends beautifully. Again, I had heard so many good reviews about this bronzer, so I was eagerly waiting to get my hands on it. I actually got this from Sephora. I think it was on 10% off, and that's how it looks like. Again, it is the most natural looking bronzer I have in my collection as of now. This is the mini size that I got. They also have the bigger size because I don't finish most of my bronzers. I thought, let me just go with the mini size, and this is definitely good. Again, from Glowish by Huda Beauty, we have this cheeky vegan blush. It's in the shade number 02 Caring Coral. So the blush is actually a little too costly compared to the bronzer. I don't know why that is, but this is how the shade looks like. It's such a pretty corally pink sort of a shade. It just looks so natural on my skin. But the only problem with this particular blush is it's not the most long lasting. It's been like an hour since I've had this makeup. The blush was definitely like gone from my face. It's definitely looking very light on my skin right now. Not too mad about that, because with most of the blushes this is what happens. They don't last that long. I felt like this was way too costly for just 2.5 grams. It's good, but I wouldn't say like it's totally worth your money. It's something that you have to buy. But still a good quality blush. Okay, so moving on to my eyeshadow palettes. So I actually got 3 of them here with me. This one, the Huda Beauty Wild Jaguar palette. I got it for full price. I did not get it on sale. It's definitely worth every penny because the shades in here are so beautiful. Again, I'm a sucker for such a cool tone smoky palette. Look at this. I had 3 palettes in this range, and definitely the Wild Jaguar is something that the shades in here, the color tone, the color palette is something that gravitated me towards this. And look at that, it just looks so pretty. And moving on to the next smaller palette I have is this Huda Beauty's Obsessions palette. This is how the palette looks like. Packaging is something I really like about Huda Beauty. You get a nice mirror, and this is how the palette looks like. Very beautiful, rich, colorful shades. Here you guys, I did use this palette recently, and I was just blown away by the shade range and the and how it blends and everything. It's beautiful, and as you all can see, I created this really pretty eye look. And if you have the Naughty Nude eyeshadow palette, the bigger one, I think this is an amazing addition to it. I'll definitely buy the medium shade in this palette next time if I find it on sale. Yeah, I'm really happy about the fact that I got this on 50% off. So this only costed me 1,200 rupees. Okay, so the last palette I purchased from Huda Beauty is this Rose Quartz eyeshadow palette. Almost look at the packaging, you guys. Oh my god, it's just so pretty. Definitely looks like rose quartz in here. She always provides like really good packaging. Got this on 50% off, and this is how the shades look like, you guys. Shades in here, especially as you all can see, this second row and this third row, it looks a little more cool toned, and I don't think people with my skin tones, it can complement that well. These shades are fine. I want to tell you guys a backstory about this palette. Now, when this first got launched on Nykaa, because of all the hype that I'd heard from abroad YouTubers, I was like really intrigued, and I actually paid full price and got this palette. And I got one shade broken, which is this one right over here. It's called as Joy, and even now, like the second time I got it, it came broken as well. I saw this palette, I thought this was such a boring palette. Don't get me wrong, but the shades in here definitely not something that excited me. One, they will not even show up. Two, even if they show up, they're just gonna look very, very ashy on my skin tone. They're not gonna complement my skin. So that's the reason why I was like not that hyped about it. When I saw it in person, I was kind of let down by this palette. So yeah, that's the reason why I sent back, and I was like, definitely not worth paying full price for this palette. The only reason why I got it is because it was on 50% off, and I have almost all of her bigger palettes, so I thought this would be like a nice addition to it. And even though I don't like the shades, like most of the shades in here, quality wise, this is an amazing palette. I can even say that this is the best Huda Beauty palette when it comes to quality. So this is what I have on my eyes right now. I'm gonna take you through everything that I used today to do this eye look. So first, I took the shade called as Aura, and I just used it with a dense brush on my eyelids, especially on my inner and outer corners. And then I took the shade called as Gratitude. This is such a beautiful transition shade. Lastly, I used a shade called as Mantra all over my eyelids to create that smoky effect. In the centers, I used a shade called as Energize. This is such a beautiful shimmery shade, and just a tiny amount is enough to give that intense shimmery look. And in my inner corners, I first used a shade called as Joy, and then I used a tiny amount of Self-Love, and yeah, that completed my eye looks. Now, if you ask me if this is my favorite like color palette, I would say no, because the color tones in here are, as I said before, it's very cool tone for my liking. If you want really pretty like shimmers, metallics, then this is the palette that you definitely have to check out, and quality wise, this is just top notch. Okay guys, so moving on to lips. First, I lined my lips with this Huda Beauty Lip Contour 2.0 in the shade Warm Brown. This is such a beautiful color. It actually suits my skin tone very well. It's neither too dark nor it's like too light. It's the perfect shade of lip liner for me. So yeah guys, that's how the shade Warm Brown looks like. Absolutely love it. It's very creamy. It is also very long lasting. So yeah, if you want it, definitely go for this one. Actually, on the last day of Pink Friday sale, Huda Beauty lipsticks went on buy one and get one. And actually, I have never seen such offer before anywhere else, like not on Sephora, not on Nykaa. So this was the very first time. So I ordered 2 shades from them. The shades are Raja and Habibi. Yeah, but I got one more shade which is called as Sweet Cheeks, and this one I got from Sephora during one of their sales, and it was only on 10% off on Sephora. All 3 are her cream lipsticks. The only reason why I did not get her matte lipsticks is that I know the formula is beautiful, but the shades that I wanted were already out of stock. So that's the reason I went with these ones, because I absolutely enjoy the formula of these. It's sort of like a like a glossy lipstick. So first I'm gonna swatch the shade Raja. Such a pretty nude shade, and that's how it looks on my lips. It's definitely very, very light on my lips, as you all can see. But anyways, moving on to the next shade we have is called as Sweet Cheeks, and this actually came like melted and the lipstick is broken. I don't know if you guys can see. This is one of the things that I don't like about these cream lipsticks, is that it can melt off. So this is how the shade Sweet Cheeks looks like. Like, it's a very pretty pink shade. Last one I have is called as Habibi. Again, this is one of the most famous shades in this particular line. So that's how it looks like, you guys. Again, on the bottom here we have Raja, and then we have the shade Sweet Cheeks, and this is the shade called as Habibi. Habibi is definitely a little more cool toned mauve sort of color. All 3 shades are very pretty. So I use the shade Habibi on my lips over Raja to give a little more color, because Raja looked way too light for my skin tone, and I think if you come under fair to medium, I think Raja will look really pretty. But if you come under my skin tones, then the shade Habibi is going to look absolutely stunning. And this is how my overall makeup looks like. I absolutely love how it turned out, and I hope this video was helpful. Please take a moment to like, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit on the notification bell. I'll catch you all next time. Bye.